Welcome guys! In this video I will guide you to obtain the secret battle pet Jenafur, a pet which was added in the Battle for Azeroth expansion of World of Warcraft. While she may look cute at first glance, she has some special effects and emotes which makes her a very interesting companion. Overall, what you need to do with Jenafur is to find kibble and feed this cat some tasty morsels within the Return to Karazhan dungeon, which is the Legion version of the dungeon. Rather straightforward, but do prepare yourself to invest some time on this. To begin the hunt for Jenafur, first you must head to Ashenvale to the coordinates 1729, 4939. Here you will find an NPC named Amara Lunarstar. Interact with her and you will learn that she ponders upon the fate of her cat. Click the dialogue, I will keep an eye out for it to activate the secret. The next step for you is, according to Wowhead, optional. Some might want to be cautious, some might want to follow the story of the secret, and if you're either of the two, head to the coordinates 44.2, 53.4 in Elwyn Forest and find Donnie and Tanya in a cat-filled house. Near her, next to a cabinet, you can find an empty dish. Click it and head to Karazhan. Now, if you wanted to ignore Donnie and the empty dish, you head straight to Karazhan from Ashenvale. If you decided not to skip the part in Elwyn Forest, you might have noticed the pieces of kibble on the floor. Kibble can also be found in Karazhan, and it is this cat food which unlocks the secret and lets you find Jenafur. Now, within the Return to Karazhan dungeon, you progress through the dungeon to the Opera Hall event. Take out the boss slowly, so as to not bug it. You will need to come back to the Opera Hall for the main event, so to speak. Your task now is to collect various food items through the Karazhan dungeon and place them on specific tiles on the Opera Hall floor. The food items will only spawn for you if you've spoken to Amara in Ashenvale, and each item can be picked up and lasts 5 minutes in your inventory. This means that you have to plan what to pick up from where and rush back to the Opera Hall to place the items before they expire, which is why I'm here to help you. Now, you can find tons of food items that you can click in Karazhan, but Jenafur is only interested in meat. In total, you will need to find and pick up 2 juicy drumsticks, 2 fishy bits, 2 marbled steak, 1 slathered rib, and 1 meaty morsel. All items, except for the meaty morsel, can spawn in 4 different places, whereas the morsel only spawns in 3 locations. To make your task easy, I recommend you clear the dungeon all the way to the Maiden to be sure nothing will get in your way. But if you are max level and do this in the War Within expansion or later, you can probably just roll over all the mobs and bosses anyway. This here is the overview from Wowhead of where to place the meat items in the Opera Hall for Jenafur to appear. Study it so you're ready to place the meat items quickly. With that in mind, I will show you where to find the meat items so you can make it back to the hall within 5 minutes, which is actually rather tricky. Bring a class that is fast on its feet, like a druid or a hunter if you can. Do not worry if you fail the first time. All of the meat items will respawn within a few minutes, so no need to reset the dungeon. The foods can be found in Moreau's room, in the hall between the Maiden and the Opera Hall, in the hall leading to the Maiden's room, and in the room to the left right before the Maiden's room. Karazhan is a big dungeon, and I will take you through the quickest route I found to get back to the Opera Hall without spoiling the food. So, we start in Moreau's room. Clear the way and the boss so there's room for you to get around. In here you will find 1 fishy bits between this table and the platform, 1 juicy drumstick on the floor further back here, and slathered ribs right on the long table here. You only need 1 of these. So that's about half of the meat collected already. Next, start to make your way backwards towards the Maiden's room. In the hallway between the Opera Hall and the Maiden's room, you will find a marbled steak on the purple carpet in the middle of the room. Now, run through the hallway towards the Maiden's room, ignoring the meat if you spot any in the corner of your eye. Go to the room closest to the maiden's room, where you will find one juicy drumstick on a little footstool right by a painting of a woman in the back of the room, and one marble stake hidden well behind this chair in the corner. Going back to the hallway which leads to the maiden, you find one meaty morsel on this little table here near the wall, close to the bookcase, and the final piece, one fishy bits against the opposite wall between two statues. With all of the meat on hand, run back to the opera hall and place the items exactly as shown on this map from Wowhead. The correct items must be placed on the correct tiles. Upon succeeding in this task, Jenafur will meow, you see this as an emote in chat, and appear in the left corner of the room while a congratulatory music plays. Simply click her to give her a little pet, and she's yours. Congratulations. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in the next one.